No way. This planet is... Is this Planade-G? Did an entire planet turn into a mutant? It's not just that. The signal from the tunnel is coming from inside Planade-G. That thing swallowed it whole. The tunnel to Planade-Sophia. The dimensional tunnel? Then if we defeat it... Jason, according to Sophia's simulation, defeating Planade-G would cause its massive energy stores to run wild. This would create a superdimensional explosion capable of collapsing the entire universe, including Planade-Sophia, through the tunnel. Is this what Leibniz meant by the worst will come to pass? But if we leave it alone, Planade-G could someday become big enough to consume the entire universe. No matter what we do in this situation, we can't give up, Eve. How many hopeless situations have we been through already? We overcame each and every one. If we refuse to give up, I know we'll find a way. So help me, I will find it. The final boss, sort of, is an entire ass planet. The parasitic Death Star Planade-G. And try as you might, most of your weapons aren't gonna do jack or shit against it. The way we fight this boss is by using the G system. You need to ascend in the air and just fall down to do damage to it, absorbing its energy. The higher you fall, the more damage you will do. With that said, Planade-G itself doesn't really outwardly attack. It just spawns in mutants that will then be annoyances. With that said, if you don't kill them, Planade-G will open its mouth, so to speak, and absorb them, healing its HP. So you need to be on the aggressive with weapons for them more so than the planet itself. Towards the latter half or so of its HP, it won't be vulnerable at all times. It'll start rotating while enemies spawn in to try and just leave itself open as minimum as possible. And you just really need to go all out as much as you can against that. Strategies to help. For one thing, I don't use it, but the repulsion upper can actually be very useful here to help you gain the necessary height. But also, using the hover on top of these platforms can be good. But you just have to keep in mind, again, using the hover actually gives you a cap for how much SP you can regenerate, so that means you're doing less damage by using the hover. The drill smash can also work here for helping accelerate your descent, but I don't tend to use that a lot. This is a neat fight because I think it actively uses the concept of the Gaia system well, but I should note, I don't read it, but the dialogue, if you talk to Eve, is a direct hint on how to hit the boss fight. According to Wiki, the exact quote is, "This thing has an entire planet's worth of energy stored up. Even if we defeat it, Planade-Sophia will get caught up in the blast, along with the rest of the universe." How are we supposed to defeat something like that? Stored energy. Hold on, if we could just absorb that energy. Is there any way we could do that? This is neat, although later on in the fight, as it starts spinning, sometimes the timing to actively do damage is a little too tight for my liking, but at the same time, because it spawns in enemies that can drop SP and health ups, it's not exactly a hard fight. Amazing, Jason. I can't believe it. To think the Gaia system can be used to diffuse Planade-G's energy. The system we invented to make this journey possible became our way through the final barrier. No signs of a dimensional explosion. Planade-G, it's collapsing. We really did it. We sure did. Huh? No, it can't be. The signal. Eve, what's wrong? The dimensional tunnel Planade-G swallowed is becoming unstable. No, we won't make it in time. Just as Leibniz said, the worst has come to pass. Thanks to Jason, we avoided the superdimensional explosion. I don't think Leibniz could have known it would turn out like this. We successfully defeated Planade-G, but when Jason finally destroyed it, the dimensional tunnel inside it went wild. It turned into a black hole and swallowed us up. Jason, Fred, GAIA-SOPHIA, and me. We've all been separated. Jason never gave up. He always forged ahead, facing every danger. But if this is the result, what did we even accomplish? It seems this journey was a reckless gamble from the start. What is it we were missing? Memories of the MA pilots and support droids float through my head. Their bonds took on various forms, all different from Jason and mine. I don't want to think that meeting them was a waste of time. If I could do it all over again, I'd learn more about them and deepen the bonds between us. Then, just maybe, I'd find that something we lacked. That's just the feeling I get. But even if I'm full of regret, I can't change the past. Without GAIA-SOPHIA's energy, it won't be long now. Jason, I miss you so much. As my consciousness faded, I called out to him one last time.
This Earth, Jake, Nick, please respond.
Huh? A communication?
Mutants have attacking. We need your support. GAIA-SOPHIA, please respond. Repeat. This is Earth.
So it was all for nothing in the end. He couldn't save his partner, and now his home planet's doomed. Just like me.
So, needless to say, that's the bad ending. At that point, the game kicks you out back to the title screen. So, Eve's words there at the end are very prominent. You might remember, we talked to Stein a couple parts back and he asked for a booster. The side quests in the game are all necessary in order to get the true ending, similar to getting 100% the last game in order to get its true ending. So, let's start getting these side quests done. First off, we need to head to L229 to get the booster. If you look on the map, you'll see a green treasure chest not too far away from where we actively got the burn spark. We need to go all the way there to get the booster, and then take it back to Stein. With that said, actually getting that to Stein is going to be one of our last stops, because we also now need to visit Kana back on planet Stranga, and Ganbei back on planet Montage to start their side quests as well. And I'm just going to cut out of there at that point because, oh well. Let's head over to Stranga and talk to Kana to find out what she wants. I am doing a little more jump cutting around here at this point in the game just because this is a lot of active backtracking just to save on some time, but it's not too annoying. Hey now, have you seriously not found it yet? I'm sorry, miss, but we already found that fruit you wanted. Are you looking for something else now? Oh, good day, Jason. You are correct. Miss Kana wishes to obtain a plant known as the Nunaze herb. It is an extremely rare specimen. I fear may no longer exist on this planet. We totally found some before, but I bet it all blasted off from here. Like, boom! That stuff is super fast. The plant blasted off into space. It's just something that happens on this planet, I'm afraid. Oh, really? By my calculations, it blasted off to Area A, most likely toward the planet Flosanta. We would find it ourselves, but Kana has already put down roots here. I can't just leave, like, emotionally, I mean. A new Naze herb, huh? She might be making more medicine for Eve. We can get it for you. We'll start our search on planet Flosanta. For realsies? Thanks, see ya! If you're trying to take these on as soon as possible, I'm actually not sure when Ganbei and Kana's quests open up. I want to say it might be when you fight Garuda, potentially, but don't quote me on that. Also, for some little flavor text, we actually want to exit the room and come back in. They'll give us more hints towards the new desire, but then we get this little tidbit. By the way, I've noticed mutants on this planet that have sprouted flowers and don't move. Is that your handiwork? Dunno. Kenwood, is that our handiwork? Some of it may indeed be our work, but only a small portion. Our work has a certain flair to it, if you look closely. The rest are likely caused by the exposure to the planet's environment. The mutants have fallen victim to parasitic plants or undergone extreme evolution due to their exposure. Like, totally, but I wonder if Eve will be safe in this environment. Oh. Cease such talk, Miss Kana. Miss Eve will be perfectly safe in GAIA-SOPHIA. Does that extreme evolution cause them to sprout legs or move Sophia around on their own? No, that would be the native plant life at work. Jeez, what's with this planet?
They're so strong. When I grow up, I want to be a plant.
Oh. The plants on this planet are something else. One like Akana should have clued me in on that, though. Something I don't think I've mentioned yet, in the case I have, I'm sorry. Akana does have her own DLC quest where you're Kenwood sort of raising her up and she has various Digimon evolutions. I might pick that up at some point and do a separate LP entirely based around it. Because it's in-depth enough, but oh well. For now, it's time for us to head to Montage and go talk with Ganbei back at the left side area where they make their base. Been a little bit since we talked to them. Hey, Jason. Long time no see. Since you came all this way, you must have noticed the mutants are still roaming around. I thought it was weird since Severa's gone and all, so I had Ty look into them and...
Some big ol' island showed up smack dab in the middle of the ocean. That's where the mutants are coming from, crossing the whole dang ocean.
No way can we just leave this be. We want to go check it out. So we started to upgrade a Quebico, but it turns out we're missing some important parts.
Yeah, real interesting parts, but since Kuabiko's already in pieces, it's a pain in our behinds to go get them.
Now, rumor has it that what we need is in the nearby mountains. There are gold coins my ancestors buried long ago. We need to find those coins. I'd say we need 8 of them. I know you're on an important journey and that you're in a hurry. But if you happen to find the time, could you get those coins for us?
Jason, if you're worried about me, I'm fine for now. Let's help Ganbei.
If Eve's okay with it, I am too. We'll help. Let's go get those coins. Now, if you remember me talking about the plot synopsis earlier for Ganbei's own game, that might sound a little familiar. But we also want to talk with Eve really quick.
Excuse me, Ty? Need something? Well, I've never met another support droid in person, but there's some information about you in Sophia's databank. It says that your name is YS3.
My name's Ty. Ganbei calls me Ty, so my name's Ty. So, I'm Ty. Is there anything wrong with that?
Of course not. You're right. Sorry for bothering you.
I think that's the entire reason why when Ty first says her name earlier, there's just that moment when Eve pauses for a second, seemingly. Kind of a weird character note, but you know what? I like that. It shows an attachment between these two characters that we don't get much interaction with. So now there are 8 coins scattered across all of Montage. If there were points that seemed like just weird level design notes, like a little crook in an alley that seemed useless, it's because it was for this. So we're gonna speed this up to go get these. Because otherwise we'd be just backtracking all over Montage again, and we've already basically done that already in the LP, so let's just get through more quickly. There's one room I'm going to be showing off in depth, though, because it's an interesting room that I'm not sure if it's meant to be a reference to something or not, but I think it looks cool, so we're going to see it at normal speed. I did find these side quests kind of annoying on the first one, if only because they require you to take full runs of the planets again in most cases. But they're so fast at the end of the day, it's not really worth complaining about in my eyes nowadays. On top of the fact that I know that this one in particular is just a reference to Ganbei's game's own structure, so that's kind of a cool detail. Alright, here's the new room. If you crawl beyond this bamboo and take care of this brain, one of the coins is in this room that's just a little like gravesite on the cliff. I'm not sure if this is a reference to Ganbei's own game, or maybe one of the later entries in that series, or a novel adaptation for it, but it's cool. I like it. Looks pretty. And now we're just going to speed back up. Kind of interesting thinking, though. Like, this section of the game really evolved through the editing phase from what I thought it would be in recording. Because I thought the final boss would be its own ending of a video, then we would do this all in one video, and then we move on to the next thing after that. But now all 3 of those things are sort of combined into one. Always got to improvise with what the footage gives you, I guess. Hey, Ganbei, we got the coins. Great, thank you! Now we can finish up Quebico's upgrade. You went to a lot of trouble for us. Here, I want you to have this. It's my way of saying thanks. Emblem Quebico gets. Gotta be honest though, I've got no idea what it does. And I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this thing.
I'll run some analysis. Mind if I hold on to it?
Sure thing. And that emblem is our goal here. In fact, you can even see where it is on the pause menu there in the extra next to the keys. They are our ultimate goal here. We need those in order to get the true ending. There's one for each of the metal attacker pilots outside of Jason and Eve, and Leibniz as well, by that extension. The ones that are friendly to us, essentially. So now it's time for us to head back to Planet Flosanta for the first time since Part 2. And our goal here is an area you could have found on the first visit, but you couldn't access because you actively need the Drill Smasher to do anything over there. I'm not sure if the plant we're looking for is spawned in the moment you get the Drill Smasher. You might need to wait in order to start the quest for it to spawn over there. But either way, now we can access down here. And now we need to really drill spark through this to get past and fight the water current. You can just move right over it and you'll get there eventually, but it's a lot slower. Guess what I did in my first playthrough, not realizing I should just burn spark there. And up here alongside a Planade-G enemy is the new Herb. Kinda wish they gave you pickup dialogue so you know for a fact you just grabbed what you wanted, but oh well. So now we can leave Planet Flosanta, we are done here, and give that over to Kana at Planade-G. But first, looking footage, I actually forgot, we're actually gonna head over to Area F2 and give the booster to Stein first, because it's closer to Planet Flosanta than Stranga is. Hey, Shades! Found a booster for you. Alright, with a little elbow grease, I can get this fitted to Adam. Thanks for the help. Just wish I could do something for you too. Hey, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Wait, I got it. Here. Got no idea what it's for, but maybe you can use it in the future. My intuition's always usually right. Well, alright then, I'll hold on to it for now. And there's the emblem Adam. Notably, they say these emblems actually resemble the metal attackers in specific. And there's a couple moments where it's like, okay, I can kind of see the rough shape of it, but it's kind of a very loose interpretation. If anything, Kana's is the most direct, because I think it's meant to be shaped like bunny ears. Speaking of which, let's now go give that plant over to, Kana. We found the new Herb.
Awesome! Seriously awesome, Jason. That's totally it. Wait just a sec. Yakopu, here, boy.
Kana took the herb I gave her and stuck it, squish, right into her own head.
So, Yakopu, how do I look? Totally fabulous, right?
That's it?
Yeah. A lady must follow the dress code to the best of her ability. Oh, were you, like, hoping for a little something something? Oh, you dirty scoundrel. Well, I guess a little something couldn't hurt. Congrats, this is for you. Like, thanks for participating.
What's this?
Dunno, just like found it laying around.
Just found it laying around?
Well, it might be something important. I'll analyze it, okay? I gave Eve the strange item I received from Kana. Like everybody's a winner.
And there's the emblem Air. And with that, we now have 100% throughout the game's main planets and planetoids, so it's time for us to head back and fight Planade-G again. With that said, even at this point, this fight has not changed, so we're just gonna fast forward through the fight itself. Something I should note though in the meanwhile, Planade-G isn't based on anything prior in Sunsoft, but it does seem to take a lot of visual inspiration from the Junji Ito manga Hellstar Remina, which, hey, you know, that's kind of cool. Actually, in this fight, you can see I do a little more damage more quickly because I'm using higher jumps and actually using the flying platforms to do more damage in the long run. Do want to say, I like the use of the G system in this fight, because it's a good case of recontextualization, because it's just a support mechanic for yourself, but here it becomes your only attack option. I really like when games actively redefine things like that through story stuff.
Amazing, Jason. I can't believe it. To think the GAIA system can be used to diffuse Planade-G's energy.
The system we invented to make this journey possible became our way through the final barrier.
No signs of a dimensional explosion. Planade-G, it's collapsing.
We really did it.
We sure did. Huh? No, it can't be. The signal.
Eve, what's wrong?
The dimensional tunnel Planade-G swallowed is becoming unstable. No, we won't make it in time. We successfully defeated Planade-G. But when Jason finally destroyed it,
The dimensional tunnel inside it went wild. It turned into a black hole and swallowed us up. Jason, Fred, GAIA-SOPHIA, and me, we've all been separated. Jason never gave up. He always forged ahead, facing every danger. He left his home and fought relentlessly, all for my sake. I really wonder if I was ever truly a partner to him. When I first noticed the infection, I tried to keep it from Jason. But as the mutant cells multiplied, I grew closer to death, and the possibility that I would never see him again really dawned on me. So I told him everything. He would do something about it. That's what I was thinking. But maybe I was clinging too closely to him. Jason's always so positive. It's so easy to just rely on him. Even if I'm full of regret, I can't change the past. But the future still lies ahead. That's something I can change. I will save you, Jason, no matter what it takes. I won't give up here. And now, welcome to the true endgame. We get to play as Eve. And she's a little bit limited. She still has the same death fall as Jason, where if you fall too far, you die instantly. And her combat isn't exactly meant to be combat. This is going to be a big avoidance game. But we're going to talk more about what Eve herself can do in specific and what we're going to need to do in this new sector next time. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 12, we're going to explore this mysterious area as Eve. See you guys then.